YouTube.
And hello, everyone.
Mm.
Thank you for tuning in. Episode 26 of Salty Tonight, the only show in the whole wide world that
In the
broadcasts on
world.
what?
In the
In
world.
in the world.
This
We're the
one
only
on this
show.
planet.
Yes, that broadcasts in two different time zones at the same time. I'm Adam. This is Terry. How's it going, Terry?
Cheers. Good. Pretty good.
What are you
Eating some
drinking there tonight?
pistachios. I'm actually drinking a double shot because I'm really tired. I was up late last night.
Oh, you never really drink the double shots much
I
anymore.
don't, especially this late. I'll just drink regular coffee and some roasted and salted pistachios from
Nice.
Shelley's Travel Center, which is much like Buc-ee's, except
Right.
it's a turtle.
How does Shelley spell her name on that?
Um, I think it's a he.
Oh,
If I had to
he.
guess by the turtle,
Mm-hmm.
Shelee'. So it's kind of reminds me of Buc-ee's. It does look like a
Oh.
knockoff of Buc-ee's.
Yep, I
Yes,
see
yeah,
that. I do.
yeah.
I do.
Love
But
you.
we have a great show in store for everyone tonight.
Oh yeah,
Um, a lot of news, a lot of interesting things. And what's one of the
fun
first
stuff.
topics you want to get into? We've got.
Well,
I know we've had some stuff out of Florida, right?
we got a little bit of stuff from Florida.
Okay.
We have the results of the Florida Python Challenge. I think you were going to share those with us.
Yeah. So to give a little backstory about the challenge was they put out a challenge for those to bring in just these Florida pythons. Um, and they were going to try to remove these Burmese pythons during this competition. And the winner gets what? First place and $10,000 cash.
Yeah, and then there's like total $25,000 worth of prizes, but they vary.
So the official said the ultimate grand prize winner was Tom Rahil. Rahil.
Rahil,
He was awarded $10,000 for removing 96 Burmese pythons during the 10-day competition.
I
So
would have
that's
been
a
so
lot of,
brokenhearted to not hit 100. I mean, I would have went out and like baked 4 more pythons.
yeah. Well, other winners in the categories, such as the longest python removed, were also awarded. 900 people across 30 different states, as well as Canada and Vietnam, participated in this contest, removing 280 invasive Burmese pythons from South Florida. With the winner, he almost had 100 himself.
Yeah.
So it seems like everyone else was kind of slacking a little bit.
Well, there's a picture of him, and he did get some really good ones.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission announced the results and winners of the annual event. Tom Rahill took home the grand prize of $10,000. Get this, he removed 96 Burmese pythons from Everglades National Park. There were other winners in other categories, such as longest pythons removed. The challenge is held each year, as you know, to reduce the threat of the invasive snake species posed to Florida's native wildlife and ecosystems there. Well, look at that one.
96.
Big boy.
That's crazy. And he got 10 grand.
Not bad for a day's
Congrats
work.
to you, yeah.
10 grand, not bad for a day's work. Not at
No,
all.
not at all. That's pretty good.
I wouldn't mind, do you think you could wrangle a Burmese python?
I don't know. I mean, I would have said no, but based on all the information that we've seen about them, they're not huge.
Right,
I
right,
think I could take one. If it was
okay,
just one against me,
right.
like with a good night's sleep, I think I could take a
Yeah.
python.
Now, I know a lot of people have phobias of snakes and such like, but I don't really have that. Do you?
No, I
Yeah, I
like them. I've had friends that had them, and they're cool. They feel cool. They'll like wrap around your arm, and They're not terrible pets.
Yeah, I don't think they're terrible either. Now I know you like, like how's your pet little spider doing?
Good, good. Still up there
Do you
hanging
ever
out.
you ever feed him little pieces of cracker or something?
No, but occasionally, if I have a fly in the house, I'll kind of shoo it on over toward the spider web,
Yeah.
and hope that it like catches it.
Now, does your spider have a name?
No, I
Okay.
know the cliche thing would be to name it Charlotte.
Yeah, I wouldn't name it that though.
No, I don't know. We can give it a name.
I would name it Piggy.
Piggy.
I
Piggy
don't
the
know.
spider.
Yeah,
What about Peggy?
Peggy would work.
Okay, we'll call it
Peggy would
Peggy
work.
then.
Yeah, I like that. So what you
There's
have to
like
give us?
10 of them up there, in all honesty, because it had babies.
Oh God.
So there's like a lot of little, it looks like dust, but I'm assuming it's baby spiders. Just
Oh yeah, yeah,
stuck up
probably
there.
so. Probably so. So what do you want to
So
get into
Peggy and
next
crew.
tonight?
Well, I'm pretty upset about Buc-ee's. They
Yes.
just keep getting worse and worse. And I'm 100% in support of everyone else helping support a small business that they sued this week. It's a little convenience store in Ohio called Beaver's Mini Mart.
Okay.
Okay. And second, I'm all out of sorts. So this is what Buc-ee's is claiming is copying their brand.
Now, to fill
Number
everyone back in, Bucky's has a long history of
They
suing the
love
mom
suing
and
people.
pop, the underdog, the mom and pop stores that have
Yes.
any kind of resemblance at all to Bucky, meaning it could just be a
A
beaver.
beaver. I mean, and this is not even these beavers aren't even like compatible. Like the
No.
beaver on the right is a total hottie. The Bucky beaver, he's a dork.
Well, the one on the right, he's got like more of a friendly smile. His
He's
hands are
charismatic. He's
he's
really
welcoming, you know.
yeah.
You can tell, you can see his tail there. He's got warm, kind eyes.
Yeah.
But the Bucky one, something's funky about his cheek.
I don't like it. I don't like the way his face looks. He's got
Um,
no chin.
his eyes look like some of those eyes that will just kind of,
Like googly eyes.
yeah, googly eyes. And that nerdy hat, I know, people wore that hat like that in the 80s, but this is 2026.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not the 80s.
Yeah. So
Well, and that's okay. And the whole thing that I find really annoying, other than the fact they're picking on a small business, is Bucky's didn't even become like a company until 2018. The
okay.
Mini Mart, the Beaver's Mini Mart, opened in 2017. They predate Bucky's.
I don't
So
think
if
they're going to win this
Well, I don't
lawsuit.
think
I
they're
got to
going to
be
win it
honest.
because they posted the GoFundMe today for their legal fees. And when I checked it this morning, it had like half of what they were wanting. I want to say it had like 18,000 and they needed 45. Now they're like at
So they're
34,000
going to easily
today. They'll be
meet
fine.
their goal. They're going to
Yeah,
easily meet their goal.
I believe so. Yeah.
So what's everybody online think about? Are they? I guess everyone's.
Oh, yeah. Go to the comments section. I've shared the link on Facebook
Okay.
um, to the GoFundMe, and
Okay. Maybe you could
people
put
they
the.
don't like Bucky's.
Maybe you could put a link up on Salty Tonight too.
Yeah.
SaltyTonight.com.
I
SaltyTonight.com.
will put a link to their GoFundMe. Yes.
Yeah. So, in this lawsuit, Bucky's argues that the smiling rodent cartoon logo and red branding used by Beaver's Mini Mart in Beaver Creek, Ohio, is too similar to its own, which I disagree. The lawsuit, which was filed July 28th and obtained by the Independent, claims the customers could believe that the two businesses are linked because of the alleged similarities. No way. There's no
No.
way that's even possible.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it doesn't even look like it.
that's
Like
about like
nothing
saying,
about it.
okay, that's about like me holding up these two things. Well, they're linked together. They're about the same.
They're the same size.
Yes. I mean, Now, Bucky's at first, I was just going along, but now Bucky's has really made me furious
I'm
with
sick.
this.
Yeah, I don't like them, especially after the John Oliver thing, which
That too,
actually in the GoFundMe they mentioned that. And I wonder, since they haven't said anything to him, if this isn't their way of being an asshole about it, because they really can't take on. I mean, they
right?
can take on HBO, but it's easier to take on Beaver's Mini Mart than HBO.
Yeah, it is. Now, Vic Bapparia, who has
I don't
owned the
know.
store for around a decade, says the store's logo has been used since it opened. He also told the Cincinnati Enquirer that other businesses in Beaver Creek, which is just an hour away north of Queen City, use a beaver as their logo. I don't know why they would sue a small business like mine, he said. I have two kids, and this store is how I feed them. Bucky's is suing the tiny Ohio Mini Mart over the Beaver Creek business cartoon.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, so that's
It really is
totally,
fucked up.
and I don't understand the reasoning behind it because it's not as if this little mini mart's taking zero business away from Bucky's. Zero.
Yeah, there's not even a Buc-ee's, like, super close.
No. So
They're
so
just
yeah.
being dicks. They're just being dicks. My dogs are flipping out.
Speaking to the local outlet, one customer claimed that the lawsuit amounted to just a big business taking on a small business. So the
Yeah.
customers aren't up for it at all. And you can go to Salty tonight. She'll put the link on there, and you all can go check that out. Now
Yes, there will be a link.
the chain is demanding that the court order Beaver's Mini Mart to stop using any branding associated with the infringement. Basically, they're saying, listen, you can't use a beaver as your logo.
Can't. They
So
own Buc-ee's now owns the animal completely.
yes. So
And this
so
is
yeah.
Beaver Creek, Ohio. Like, what the
It,
fuck else animal are they gonna put on their stuff? What is their town mascot? It's not a
gonna-
turtle.
no, it's going to be a hog.
Yeah.
So
Fucking
the mini mart owner says that the business is his livelihood, and that they can't believe that this is happening. So
I
yeah,
can believe
donate.
it.
And if you donate, you're taking a stand with us to ensure the small town mom and pop stores like Beaver's Mini Mart are the backbone of America, and that they're not swallowed by big businesses. So yeah, let's take a stand against those kind of places as
Yes,
well.
please, everybody donate. They're super close to getting their goal, so that they can get a lawyer. I mean, I don't understand why go through all the trouble for Buc-ee's. Like,
I
at the end of
don't
the day, it still costs a little bit of money, and they're not saving anything because this place is not stealing their business.
know. So I don't know. I don't like these kind of stories, but hopefully, that'll overcome, and at least the people are stepping in, so the mini mart's not really having to pay anything out of pocket right now. So that's good at
Yeah.
least.
No, they won't. I mean, they're like I said, they've gotten 16,000 since I checked earlier.
Right.
Yeah, it went up from 18 to 34, and they only need 45. I think they'll get it by the end of the day.
I'd say so too.
Yeah. So, I
Now,
mean, even if it's just $5,
anything can help.
you gotta fight the fight.
Now, we do have another animal story if you want to get into
Mhm.
this.
The
And this is
iguana.
about the iguana. Now, was just looking through the news today. Uh, Duncan already owns another iguana, but chose to have his second reptile delivered to the FedEx location instead of his home because of the hot summer weather. Shipping an iguana through FedEx is not as unusual as it may sound. The company allows certain harmless reptiles to be shipped domestically using overnight services, though the shipper must receive prior approval to the approved packaging. Employees initially believed there was a fish inside the package and became curious after learning an iguana was actually inside. Can you take him out to see if he's alive? Duncan recalled them asking. They quickly got their answer. While Duncan was opening the package, the bulky reptile suddenly sprang out, ran across the counter, and sent employees scattering. One startled worker even fell to the floor during the commotion. My initial thought was, oh, S. He's bigger than I thought, he told the Post. He was bigger, thicker, and more grown, Duncan said, estimating the iguana was about the size of his fist. That's a
Yeah, I
good
mean, you
size
can see
iguana.
here, like, how big that's just the back of it, its tail. That's a
Yeah.
big iguana.
Now I would jump too. Now, it said the runaway reptile explores the FedEx store after making its surprise escape. So here's a
I
little
love this
little
lady running from it.
little video.
Is there a video? I don't have a
Oh,
video.
is there not a video?
Uh, no.
I thought that lady was a video. Maybe not. Maybe
No, no,
there's not
no.
a video. So Duncan said he wanted to stay calm and avoid escalating the situation, especially after seeing one of the employees fall. I was worried about her, adding that he knew the iguana posed no danger to those inside the store. So,
I feel bad for the
runaway iguana.
iguana. Imagine you're just in a box and you're like, okay, everything's going not great because you're in a box.
Now,
And then when you're finally set free,
have you ever really been around an iguana much?
no. I can't say
Yeah,
that I've ever, I mean, I've probably seen one at a zoo or something,
yeah,
but I haven't spent a lot of time around iguanas. So I have no idea like how fast they move. I mean, I've seen lizards. There's a guy that comes out here during the winter for the art stuff, and he has a bearded dragon. And
okay.
it's cool. It feels cool. Have you ever touched one or held one?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
They're weird.
Okay. Yeah, but I would jump back. I would be startled. I
Oh,
would be
yes.
taken aback if one just came out of a UPS, a FedEx box.
I mean, I've gotten some weird mail, but never that.
Now, do you think that's something that you would ever want to have as a pet?
Of course. Look,
I
I've looked
thought
up
so.
almost everything at some point to see if it's how much it would cost, how long it lives, and how hard it is to get to get it.
Right.
And I have looked up bearded dragons. They're relatively cheap.
Are they?
Yeah, they don't get huge,
Okay.
not like that.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, so
that
that's
thing's
what's going
pretty
on.
big.
That is a big thing. I mean, there's a movie called Alien, and it kind of would remind me of like the little alien at the beginning of Alien, just kind of running out, and this one's just running out of a box. It's basically a little dinosaur, basically.
Oh, totally. Like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. So speaking of Jurassic Park, we I wanted to mention, and this has kind of been on my mind a little bit. Steven Spielberg had one of his like a return to the blockbuster this past summer with a movie called Disclosure Day. Do you have that poster there? Yeah.
I do, yeah.
So Disclosure Day was, it came out a couple about 6 to 8 weeks ago, and it was kind of like a return toward the alien type movies or the blockbusters that Steven Spielberg has been known for. He is I guess you could say, the father of the modern blockbuster with Jaws.
Yeah.
And what I'm about to say is not going to be taking anything away from him. This is just the way that I feel. Now, have you heard anything about this movie here, Disclosure
No.
Day?
No, I've never even heard of it.
Oh, you never heard of it? Okay.
No.
So yeah, so it's out. It just came out, about 6 or 8 weeks ago. It's for streaming now. But Steven Spielberg has got this reputation as being one of the best
Yeah.
directors of all time. And I'm not taking anything away from him because he has movies. He has Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Saving Private Ryan, Catch Me If You Can, Minority Report, AI, on and on and on. Good ones. Schindler's List, Jaws. But his movies are often, my thought is, they're overly sentimental. They try to pull at the heartstrings. I don't think that they're gritty. I mean, you might say Saving Private Ryan is a little bit gritty in a way.
Well, Schindler's
I
List is a little.
Schindler's List as well. So there's a few, but I just think that his movies are more for, and like I'm saying, I'm not saying every movie that he's ever made, but the majority of his movies they're family friendly.
That's what I was gonna say. They're like family summer blockbusters like moonlighting as a dramatic kind of like small film festival type movie. Like they're
I'm not taking
huge,
it.
big budget movies. I
They
mean, they're
are.
not.
And I'm not taking anything away from them, but when was the last time that you actually remember hearing, like, the last good thing that he did? The Fable Maidens?
I don't even know what that is. No,
I think it's what it was called. He also did a remake of, can't remember, it's like a musical, and I'm
didn't
like,
he? Didn't he do Back to the Future?
no, he didn't do Back to the
Okay,
Future.
see, that's how much I know about him. I was never super impressed. I mean, it's not his movies aren't bad. They're totally watchable. I mean, a lot of them are cult classics. I mean, look at Jurassic Park, and it's
Well,
got
they're not even cult classics. They're, I mean, you've got
and it's
Jaws.
got Jeff Goldblum shirtless.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Park.
So that's the selling point for me. I would go see it for Jeff Goldblum, not for the
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
that was the weird scene that he's shirtless in that for like that particular scene because it doesn't even make any sense. It really doesn't.
He knew he was selling it. He was
But
selling it hard.
a lot of his movies, for the most part. I mean, we went to see, what was it called? It was the one, I can't even think of it now. War of the Worlds. We saw that.
I actually like that movie.
I do like that one too.
Actually,
I,
and I don't like Tom Cruise at all,
but that was, I think that was
but I
probably,
do like that movie.
I think that was my last, you know, the last movie of Steven Spielberg's where I was like, that was a really good movie.
I think that movie would do better if it came out now
You think so? I mean,
because of
he's
the
got,
AI stuff.
I mean, he's got Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Now, he did do the Color Purple with, Whoopi Goldberg, I think, in the, 1985. Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, and I'm not saying
He's
any
like
of
if
these.
Robert Frost directed movies.
Like, I'm not saying these
Like it's
movies.
good in theory. Like
It,
it it checks all the boxes. You know what I mean? You're gonna cry. You're gonna reminisce about your childhood. It's a feel good movie. It has a good ending usually. You know,
I don't think there's any
but it doesn't
surprises.
change you to me.
No.
I mean, it doesn't me anyway.
And it doesn't make me have a discussion afterwards. Like, I might like it and enjoy it. Oh, that was a good movie, but then I don't think about it again. And I mean, I'm looking at his filmography here, and the last few movies. I mean,
What
The
was his last
Fablemans,
movie? The Disclosure Day, you said?
Disclosure Day that came out. Then you have The Fablemans, 2022, West Side Story. Why would you remake a musical? Ready Player One, The Post, The BFG, Bridge of Spies, Lincoln, War Horse, The Adventures of Tintin, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Munich, War of the Worlds. That was the last movie of his I enjoyed. 2005. So
I
I'm
mean,
not saying they're
they are
bad.
good movies. I wanna, like, support your hatred of him.
No, it's not hate. I don't hate. I really don't.
I
I'm
wanna
just
support
saying
your
I think it's overrated. Like, over here in the movie collection to there, and there's over there. You know how many, Steven Spielberg movies there are over there?
a lot because he's done a lot of movies.
No, you know how many that I own though?
How many?
2.
1?
2.
2.
Yep. Jurassic Park and The Lost World.
That's it.
That's it. And I gotta be honest with you, I have never, and this might, people might get mad at this part, I have never watched Jaws all the way through. I just never have.
I don't know. I mean, I understand why these are classics. Why they became classics. I don't understand how they're remaining classics. There have been so many movies that have topped that since
Yeah.
that we don't
Yeah.
talk about. You know, like
It,
where, like,
and this could be even the fact that, these might just not be the kind of movies he makes are for the mass audience, and that's
well, and are
typically
we
not the
saying
kind of
that they're
movies.
great for their time or they're great in general? Because, like, for their time, yeah, these were unique movies. They were the only ones about, an alien that you have a kinship with.
Right. Right.
But
Now
now that's just not it's
that's
not
the one that
unique
bothers
anymore.
me. That's one that honestly, ET, and I'm not even. I don't dislike ET. ET is one of the ones I think is one of the most overrated movies of all time. I really do. I mean, ET.
Clip that. Clip that, please.
You've got it cost $10 million,
That's
and
it?
it has made almost $800 million because it's been re-released. I don't understand. There's nothing great about that. There's nothing great about ET. Nothing. And
I
I'm
kind
not.
of agree with you there. It's okay. I never watched it, like, all by itself all the way through. I saw bits and pieces of it, because it would've came out in what, 89?
What it came out in. It came what ET
80
came out in May 1982.
82. So, see, I wasn't
Yes.
even born when it came out.
Yes. So
So,
I'm not saying it's a bad movie because it's not a bad.
it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I can't hear you. Oh god, we're gonna have to start doing the writing thing again.
How about now?
I can hear you now. I think
Okay.
you must have muted yourself. I would say I did it, but I didn't have my hand on
I took the mic
the
off.
mouse. Okay.
Yeah, I took the mic off. But yeah, I do think that it is totally overrated in almost every regard.
But see,
So,
I like some movies that are, like, notoriously, like, hated, like The
right.
Shining. Everybody talks shit about The Shining. That's a solid movie.
It is. It is. I'll take The
Like,
Shining
just
over
over
ET.
E.T. It
You
is a
know what?
better movie.
I'm going to go back at one point and rewatch ET. I've not watched it in a long time, and see, you know,
Do you think
what
you're
the
gonna
big.
change your mind, though, really?
No.
No.
But I'm going to go in with an open mind and not a closed mind because
Can you do that?
I think
Can you
so.
really?
I can do that except for two movies. Team America, World Police, I can't go into that as an open mind, or
I
The
wouldn't waste
Aristocrats.
the 2 hours.
Or The Aristocrats. No.
It's difficult to really go into it and really watch it like you've never seen it, especially some of the movies that have twists or, the horror movies where you already know who the killer is.
Yeah.
Um, and I've tried to do that with some of the horror movies recently that you and I talk about, like the early 2000 ones. Um, and I can't watch them anymore.
What was
The,
one
like, really
that come?
gory stuff, I can't.
Oh, like the Saw movies.
Yeah. I've tried to go
Yeah.
back and watch those, like, with a new space of, like, is this a way better movie than I thought it was? And they're pretty brutal.
I can watch the first one. The first one doesn't seem bad at all compared to the rest. If you go back and watch the very first Saw movie, but from two on, I just can't stomach it anymore.
No,
And me
it was a game to see how stressed they could make people.
and
And if
you
you
and I
don't like horror,
saw, at least the first five at midnight shows because they
yeah.
put one out every year.
And they weren't scary. That's
No.
another thing. Like, I think the Paranormal Activity movies, um, and obviously some of the psychological thrillers are way scarier than those. They're just trying to get people. I mean, look at the Human Centipede. Wasn't it like a whole thing that people were passing out and, like, throwing up, and they handed out barf bags with it?
Yep. Yep.
That's
Now
that's ridiculous.
you had seen the first one. I never had seen it, but you and I had went to watch the second one at E Street, and that's
I
the only
know.
that's the only time that I've ever seen it.
Yeah, you
And
don't need to see it. It doesn't get better. I mean, there's
have
3
you?
of them total.
Yeah, have you watched the third?
Yeah, but only because I didn't watch it when it came out. I saw the
Yeah.
first 2. I saw the first one, I think with Jason Mays,
Okay.
actually. The second one with you, and the third one years later, and it's just like they're just being ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous. It's actually a centipede. It's 100 people. or 1,000, whatever. It's dumb.
That is crazy. And that is a mad genius
If nobody
scientist.
knows what the human centipede is, maybe we should tell them. Because some of our viewers are
Now,
I'm not saying they're old, but they're older and they may not know what the human centipede is.
now you want to explain it? Because I've never watched it. I just know it's about a scientist who gets three people together and then they sew
So
mouth
he sews mouth to butt.
for three.
He kidnaps these people. I'm assuming kidnaps. I can't even remember truthfully how he got them. And he sews their mouth to the butt so that they become a chain. So they're one long chain
The three
of like
people.
the person that eats, it comes out. Yeah. And that's the brutal part about it is when the first person is like, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so gross. Like, it makes me feel like a pussy because I'm just like, I can't deal with this, but it's just because there's no substance to it.
It's mainly just gross out.
Yeah, it's just to shock people. It's just for that. And I guess it did its job. You know, it is shocking. But
Yep.
no, don't basically you don't need to watch it. If you've never
Nope.
seen it, you're not missing anything in cinema history.
No, I'm getting somebody was one of the audiences saying one of their most disturbing movies is The Gray Man, which I
The
haven't
Gray
watched it.
Man.
Yeah, but I've heard of it before. So we'll have to do some
Well, anyway, let's see.
but yeah.
Didn't you have a Shia LaBeouf? I want to get to that.
So
We've
this is
given the
something
human centipede more than it deserves.
so this is kind of something that I've been wondering about. And it's not just with him, but he's, one of the most recent ones. So, if you keep up with anything, Shia LaBeouf was a child star on Disney Channel with Even Stevens, and then he made a transition into movies, like the movie Holes, which came out like I think early 2000s, and he had kind of made his way through movies and television that way. He was in Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd prequel. He was in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, and then he was in a movie I, Robot with Will Smith in 2004. Also in Constantine with Keanu Reeves. So he slowly started building this career up. And then he started getting in high profile movies like Transformers and Eagle Eye and Indiana Jones. And that's when his public image seemed to be started to be marked by more serious, high-profile controversies. Um, an early incident would be a road rage incident in 2005, and in 2007, a trespassing arrest at a Walgreens in Chicago while he was drunk. In 2013, he faced widespread plagiarism accusations after releasing a short film that closely copied a comic strip by Daniel Clowes, prompting an apology. But when he wrote the apology was also plagiarized. So I found that kind of interesting as well. And when he was going and promoting the movie Nymphomaniac, he showed up to the Berlin Film Festival with a paper bag on his head reading, "I'm not famous anymore." And then he staged a performance art piece titled hashtag I'm sorry, where he had rented this space in Hollywood, I think, and people outside could line up and spend as much time with him inside that glass enclosure as they wanted. But he didn't speak. Um, he was also arrested that same year in New York for disrupting a Broadway production of Cabaret starring Alec Baldwin. Now, those seem kind of like, those could be drugs, those could be alcohol, it could just be someone acting out that's getting to the peak of their fame. But throughout the mid 2010s and 2020s, Shia LaBeouf accumulated multiple arrests tied to intoxication, disorderly conduct, and battery. 2017, he was arrested in Savannah for drunkenness, and he was ordered to complete a rehab. Now, in 2026, he was recently arrested as well for disorderly conduct, intoxication, and Mardi Gras. But here's where the serious allegations come about. And I'm curious as to what you think about this and what the audience thinks. So, the most serious personal allegations emerged in December of 2020 when his former partner, musician FKA Twigs, who's pictured here on the left, filed a lawsuit accusing him of sexual battery, assault, infliction of emotional distress during the relationship, including claims of choking, violence, and knowingly transmitting an STI. The case was settled out of court. Additional claims of abusive behavior have been made by other former partners as well. His acting career has suffered, and he has been, kind of on the down low ever since. Now, since these accusations, the girl, FKA Twigs, has since, I think, forgiven Shia for his wrongdoings. He has made amends. He's taken accountability. He's went on several podcasts and discussed the whole situation and not really shying away from anything that he was accused of. He took it on head on and admitted to things that he did. Now, the question being is, do you forgive someone and uncancel them for these kind of things? How long is long enough? Or is there a long enough? What do you think?
That's a good question. It really is.
Because he's not the only one, but he was the one, and I follow him because he does the method acting too. Now this is a little bit of a younger picture I chose of him, but he was filming the movie Fury in 2013 with Brad Pitt, and his character, in the movie, based upon real life characters, went 8 months without bathing. So he went 8 months without showering. He also had a tooth removed for the role, and he also gave himself a scar on one of his cheeks for the movie, which he still has that scar to this day. So he does a lot of method acting as well.
Is that method acting, though? I don't feel like that is. I
I
think
think it's
that's insanity of some sort. It's a mental illness, but
maybe
I don't think
attention
that's method
seeking.
acting.
I think some of
Like
it goes
the
too far.
scar, that's not acting.
Yeah, way too far. Now, what do you think about? He has slowly, now obviously, he is not back up to starring in Steven Spielberg level movies again. Um, but he has had a couple movies over the last couple years.
Yeah.
Um,
Hold on. He's the
okay.
dog. Um,
So, what's your thoughts on
Wally.
that?
Well, number one, I don't feel like that's acting. I feel like that's the lack of acting and having to find a way to be extreme.
Okay.
I think I don't have the capability to be this character without some kind of drama. Like how does giving himself a scar improve his acting?
Now that I think
I
that he
mean, seriously,
feels.
like why do that? That doesn't make sense to me.
I didn't understand that either, especially when the makeup department could easily put you a fake scar on for
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. I don't think that counts as acting. I think that's
now, what do you think about the
going to
cancellation?
extremes. Well, I think if the allegations are true, then the cancellation is justified.
Now, do you think the
Now, as far as like
cancellation?
forever, I don't know. I
So
don't know.
that's what my point is. Like, so
So he
once
gave her
you're
an STI knowingly. That's what she's saying.
right, and he didn't deny that.
And he didn't deny it. He didn't confirm it, I'm assuming, but he didn't deny it.
Yeah, I don't think that part was actually confirmed or denied, but I think some the other things. There's several uh podcasts that he's went on, and I've listened to several of them, and it's a hard watch, and I don't feel that what I was watching with him was a performance. And I think that he was genuine in some of the apologies. Um, and like I said,
I don't know. You have to hold. These are okay. these are celebrities. So these are very influential people among a younger group of people, among
Right.
kids. You know, these
Yes.
are the idols that the kids that are growing up are looking for, or looking up to. And if they're doing this, that's not a good role model.
I agree with you.
So I
Yeah,
think
I
from
would.
that standpoint that no, they should not be given a platform to act insane and just encourage the youth. I feel like I sound like a fucking old lady. To encourage the youth of today to act like that.
Okay.
I
So you
just I
say
don't think that's okay. I think there needs to be a higher standard that they are held to because they do have a lot of influence. A
right.
lot.
So what I'm looking at, like I'm looking at
I mean, being that crazy to the point that you would self-harm for method acting and then never really apologize for what he did to her, I
right
think that warrants being canceled, like,
permanently.
permanently. I mean, is he some amazing actor? Have you seen him in a lot of stuff?
Yeah, I think he's. I mean, I think he's pretty good. Like
Mhm.
he's. That's what even I originally didn't like him as an actor because I didn't like those Transformer movies because they were just mass appeal movies and I didn't think they were good. But it
Yeah.
wasn't until actually this plagiarism stuff that I followed that in real time and like the art exhibit and all that. I followed that in real time when it happened.
But is he
So that
bringing something that you've seen no one else bring? Does he have some kind of a unique
um,
talent for acting or
I think in the movie Charlie Countryman, the unnecessary death of Charlie Countryman is probably his best movie that no one's ever heard of. Um,
well, that's not a good start
but it's really
for
good.
selling it.
No, I mean it's a small independent movie. It's like a romantic drama, and for that movie, his character had to one of the scenes had to be on some kind of a hallucinogenic. So I think he took LSD or acid that day of filming.
Okay,
So
acting is acting,
right,
right? So if you have to take drugs or like I said, what he was doing before to act, that's not acting.
right,
Like, just in its by definition, you're not acting anymore. You're just on drugs,
and
on
turning it
camera.
into like a
That's
real thing.
yeah, I don't know, I'm not buying it.
Okay, okay. I've just thought that was a curious question. So do we have a couple of questions from the audience?
Well, we do have one moral dilemma question. Oh, shoot,
Okay,
where oh, didn't
let's
realize it
see
was on
what
that
we
list.
got here.
Okay. But sorry to not support Shia LaBeouf or whatever, however
That's
you say his
okay.
name. But I will hate Spielberg with you.
Well, here's the thing. One other question before you get to the dilemma. Now, when people are canceling actors or actresses, whatever it may be, does that mean that, let's say, you know, I'm not for canceling somebody's movie as a whole. And the reason
Mm,
being is this: that's one person. It takes hundreds of people that's worked on something. And I
yeah.
don't think a lot of times it's fair for a project to get shelved or not watched or dismissed that a lot of people worked on just because of one person's bad behavior. So I always have that in my mind as well. You know what I mean?
Well, I think after this happens that no, it's not anybody nobody else should suffer, but this should be his last thing.
Right.
I'm not saying, remove all copies of that film or all of his work that was previously, but just that he's done.
Like for example, can you
He's
separate
blacklisted now. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
not his old stuff. Although I read an article about Weird Al had came out and apologized for a few different things that he had changed in his that he was ashamed of that he had used, like, wording and terminology in some of his parodies, and he wanted to come out and apologize for them because he realizes now that, he was in the wrong, and so, of course, people were kind of like saying he shouldn't have to apologize, and they're like, "No, that's what happens. Times change, language changes. Things that were okay are not okay anymore."
Right.
And so he was getting a little bit of hate for, like, giving in, and they're like, "Nobody made him. He did it on his own. He did it because he felt that it
Well,
was."
that takes me back in a small way back to the ET thing, because Steven Spielberg years later went back in the re-release, and the original had when they're searching for ET, they have guns in their hand.
Mhm.
When he went back and re-edited, he took out all the guns, and everybody in there they're holding walkie-talkies, so it wouldn't seem as violent.
Yeah.
And I can understand doing that in a way, but I can understand like I think George Lucas may have done that in one of the Star Wars movies, where
Really?
Han Solo shot Guido first, but in the re-release, Guido shot Han first, so it would make Han seem more like a good guy instead of like a
Mm.
scoundrel. So certain things I'm okay with, but certain I'm
Like a
like,
scoundrel. Yeah, I
um,
mean, times do change, and you do have to update it, and, like
like for
the
example, do
M
we
word. I'm not gonna say it because it's very
which word?
controversial now, the M word. Not N, M,
M?
for little people, but it's,
Oh,
yeah,
is that
exactly, yes, it
that's a
is.
controversial thing?
Yes,
I did not know that.
cannot say the M word anymore.
And I did not know that.
Well, and just calling somebody, I mean, like, fat shaming. That was, like, totally okay for a long time. I mean, I guess in some ways it still is. I think it's a little more covert,
Yeah,
but
I think it still is though, because they still have shows called My 600-Pound Life.
yeah, but I mean, they're not as much shame behind
And
it.
they know that people are going to watch that just because it's big people on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, is Dr. N helping people? I mean, I guess so. But I always still feel bad for those people on there. But I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. It's funny that you mentioned that. We could, if you go back and you listen to any, or at least 75% of the Vogue's advice, I don't
Yeah.
think they could be aired today.
No. No. I mean, you should do it, but you should, like, bleep out the problem words and just see how many bleeps there are.
I
'Cause I
will
bet
have to
there'll be
do
a
that
lot.
because now looking back, I don't know how much there was name calling, but I don't think it was anything. It was mainly like scumbag or Brillo head
Well,
or
you got called one of us got called a scumbag recently,
yes.
and I can't remember what for. It was something so minuscule.
I think both of us got called low life scumbags.
Low life. That was the wrong part of that.
Yeah, and I said scumbags, yes, low life, nah.
So see, people still use that term.
Yeah. Yeah, but that just seemed like a term we used a lot on the old show, scumbag.
We
So,
did.
so what is one of our
Oh,
moral dilemma questions today? I'm
yes,
curious.
yes, yes. Let me see here. So here's the question that we have been asked.
So,
A
man's
man's wife,
wife,
oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
A man's wife is dying of a rare disease. A pharmacist has the cure but charges more than the man can afford and refuses to lower the price. Should the man break into the store and steal the meds? Yes, obviously. I think
Yes,
yes.
I think so.
I think fuck Big Pharma, but that's
Yeah. Well, even if you take that out of it, um, the pharmacist has the cure. So you're talking you have to break it down to like a human level. So this one person or this pharmacist has the cure to this,
mhm,
but he's more worried about making money
yeah,
than letting people have this cure and saving is it what is it? Well, saving the man's wife. And you're not only saving the wife, but you're saving whoever in the future may have this rare disease, all for the sake of money. So yeah, I think you need to break in and steal the meds. Why wouldn't you?
yeah. I'll cover for them. I'll
Yeah,
lie. I'll be an alibi. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think there's
I
any question on that one.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the easiest ones that we had. But I don't think that anybody with any sense of self, like true self or a caring self, could could choose the money over
No.
helping help someone.
I mean, I would hope not, but then people will surprise you.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they
money, it definitely influences it is money is the root of all evil.
yeah, that was my mom mentioned that today, and that is a very true statement.
Yeah.
But then it's this in this instance, it doesn't even have to be a cure. It could be, it could be food, it could be whatever. But if someone has it like that, and you're in a position, why would you overcharge for something people need? I think those are the true scumbags,
Yes, exactly.
low life scumbags.
Low life scumbags. But no, I mean, that's the world we live in today. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you will get in trouble for stealing food for your family
Well, it's
from a
just like
company that's getting a huge tax break and not even paying its
well, it's
fair
just like if
share
you go
in
back
least
to Robin Hood times, you look.
Robin Hood.
And he stole from the rich to give to the poor, but yet he was considered an outlaw because he stole from the coffers of the rich.
Yeah.
So I know there's not Robin Hood times, but
I don't know.
it could
I don't
be.
know, maybe.
Was that the only question we had for tonight?
That was the only one I have up there. Did you have another one? Did somebody
No,
send you one?
I don't know if we had another one tonight,
Let me
but
see. Let me do a little check.
I was looking to see if I guess not. Now, do you ever? Now, this is a side question. Do you ever get on any AIs and just play around on AI?
A little bit, yeah.
And what do you think of it? Do you think it's going to aid people more, or is it going to end up becoming a downfall?
Oh, I think it's gonna cause some problems. I'm not a fan of it, especially in an artistic sense. I don't think it's art. I don't think it even should be in the same realm of what we consider art.
Oh, I agree with you
It's
on that.
it's animation at best, but then I still think that's giving it too much credit.
Well, it's also giving people, a lot of people that aren't super creative, the license to be creative without actually being creative. But I do think, as far as not, my friend Brandon has sent me some like AI, like small short films.
Mhm.
And as far as some of these, they look really good. So that doesn't spell good news for Hollywood, especially the big blockbuster, the CGI movies. I think those are going to be, I think that's going to cause some problems. I don't think the smaller independent movies are going to be really hurt that much because those are human stories about
Yeah.
characters. But yeah, I agree with you.
I'm definitely not a fan.
No,
Um, I don't, and you can always tell when somebody uses it, or at least uses it to edit, and I try to minimize it at most. Um, like the stuff that we make, anything for the show, I try to use it as a tool, but not the main thing.
just a small piece of the tool,
Like
like a little
I'll
bit.
just to make the editing faster, because it's just you and I doing this.
Right.
So when it comes to like editing, like the background, you know, like I'll do all the prompts and I'll try to make it as specific as possible. And in the end, I guess, yes, that is the AI that wrote the salty tonight thing. But every prompt, but it didn't come up with the idea of it.
Yeah, it did come up with the idea. It only aids what we have already created.
It
It's like
basically
a
just codes what I don't know how to code
right,
is
right.
what it's doing. If I knew how to do it, then I would do it. I just I don't have the mental capacity anymore to learn that. There's no way that I could. I don't know how you are. If you're getting it's hard for me to learn new stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I've what I've done sometimes, like I did. And I think I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, but I did like a 40 hour fast last week.
Oh, that's right.
And some of the benefits of that were a lot more clarity. You have more focus. And then the hunger kind of goes in waves because we're really not meant to eat as much as we do, 3 meals per day.
Yeah.
And if you go back to like the old days, a lot of the times they didn't know if where their next meal was coming from, so they had to survive on 1 meal a day sometimes. And
Or foraging, just like snacking all day,
yeah,
which is kind of
so
the route I go. Like I'll just eat on nuts or whatever.
right now you're relatively thin, but you probably wouldn't need a fast, and not that everyone could probably benefit from it, but not everyone should do it.
Yeah, I
Yet,
don't need it.
but when I do it, water is basically my main thing to drink, and it is all the time. But
Your
it's
weight is
harder.
never, I mean, you've gotten skinny a couple times, but your weight has stayed pretty much the same since I've known you for 20 years. Like I bet you could still wear the pants that you had and probably still have them from when I met you.
Well, I do have.
The
I know I've
pants that
got.
I tried to take cuz he had this pair of pants that I loved from American Eagle and we would fight over those pants.
We both wear them
Yeah,
sometimes.
we could both wear them.
Yeah,
So I have no idea what size they were.
they. I still have them in there actually, and I can still wear them. Like I can
Yeah.
still wear. I mean, almost all the clothes that I purchased during the time when I first met you, unless they've shrank, I can still wear them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my weight's always been, but I've never found, and I've never found certain things difficult. Like I've never found, like when I've quit drinking alcohol, I did find it difficult. Not at all, to be honest with you. Um, the hardest thing that I have found to quit is candy.
Yeah.
Candy.
Sugar is
Yeah,
good.
sugar.
I actually I mean, it sounds like I'm complaining about something that's not a valid complaint for a lot of people because they do, need to lose weight or be healthier. I had to put sugar back into my diet because I was
Okay.
losing too much weight come summer. I was just like, yeah, I started looking unhealthy. And
I
at
mean,
least I'm to a point mentally, where that's not a trigger to make me quit eating
you could probably
because
eat.
before it would have been. So I put back in some sugar. Like,
Well, you
just to
could.
kinda get calories because I was so calorie deficient because it's hot.
I mean, you
Like, it was
probably.
114 today. You don't wanna eat when it's 114 degrees.
I'd say, is there many or any overweight people in your town?
Not really.
I wouldn't
Not
assume
really,
so.
not in the summer. My
I
friend,
mean,
had been out of town for most of the month, most of last month, came back in, and he was like, "Oh, I saw so and so, she's lost a little weight." I'm like, "Everybody loses weight here in the summer. We live in the desert.
probably a
We're
pound a day, wouldn't you?
You could if you get dehydrated. You have to really focus on it because it's so easy to fast. I don't know why, if it like slows your metabolism down, or I don't know biologically what it does, but it
What
fucks
the
with you.
what the fasting?
No, just living in heat like this.
Oh, living in the heat. Yeah, it's completely draining, and
Yeah.
it was kind of like which I know it's a different heat, but when we were down in Florida a few years ago filming the Cobra Island, sometimes it would be so humid, but we would have to do the scene, and even the sun could be behind a cloud, but you would just be drenched in sweat. So I can't, imagine there.
Well, here
Um,
it's a dry heat, they say,
right.
which does make it better, because humidity will oh, it's brutal. Like I lived in Mobile and that I've never seen humidity like that. Like you walk out of the house and it's just like
Hitting you in the face.
it's like a wall of water just hitting you. And that's in the Gulf, so I'm sure Florida was similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, it's been humid the last little bit, which has made it seem much hotter than it actually was. Like,
Right.
for instance, today it was 114. That was the high. it said the real feel was 124
That's
just because it was
crazy.
humid. Yeah, when you get up to the 1 teens and you had a little humidity, it's
Wow.
rough.
So
It's
yeah,
rough.
I'll be coming out there October 24th through the 29th.
You gotta stay for Halloween if you're gonna come out that far into
I mean, what day is
October and
Halloween
not
on?
stay for Halloween. Are you fucking kidding me?
It was just
Did you just ask what day Halloween is on?
well, like what day of the week?
Oh, I was about to get really upset.
Yeah, like what day of the week?
No idea. I have no idea. But I mean, why would
It's
you
a
not?
Saturday. Just
Oh,
because it
come
was
on. Halloween's on a Saturday. You got to come and dress up as Pee-wee.
I mean, I can do
You
that.
have to.
It was just cheaper coming back 2 days sooner. It was like $100 cheaper.
Come on. They have a huge Halloween party here. They have a contest.
Okay. I mean,
Come on.
what speaking of wearing the same thing, so the Pee-wee outfit I purchased in 2004, the suit and
Okay.
everything, and
And you still have it and it fits you, I'm
oh
assuming.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's. I mean,
Well,
if
and the
I
great
think
thing, because we don't have any fans. So if you just come as Pee-wee, then people won't even know who you are necessarily.
no, they won't. They really
I mean,
won't.
other than the fact that him being dead, people are not grasping how much you look like Pee-wee Herman when you have that costume on.
Because I
Do
shaved
you?
completely.
Yeah, you need to find a photo of you with it.
I'll have to send one for next show. We'll
Yeah.
put it up. Yeah, hair goes black or dark, completely shaved, and the suit, and then I do put on a little bit of powder to make my skin a little bit more
Yeah.
pale.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Well,
Well,
shit.
we are at the 101 time. It's been a good show tonight. So tonight's Thursday, so we'll have what, another show Saturday?
Saturday and Sunday, and hopefully we will. I'd love to get a guest on.
Okay.
If
Well, we
anybody
have
happens to come across this video that lives in Bombay or Virginia area and
right. No,
wants to
we
be a
have
guest, we don't have to live here.
no, we have Robin is kind of like this correspondent.
Yeah, I've got her.
Okay.
I've got her on a project. I'm
Okay.
working on it. She really should be a correspondent.
Okay.
Yeah, she
I'm
needs to.
excited.
She needs to put her effort in.
Right. Well, Terry, it's been fun. Everyone out there, thanks for tuning in tonight. And please go to saltytonight.com for all the links. And Terry's going to put up the link for the Buc-ee's GoFundMe, or the not Buc-ee's, but it's for the whole
The Beavers Mini Mart.
the Beavers Mini Mart fund. So anything else you want to add tonight, Terry?
Nope, that is it.
All right. Well, you all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.